Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I don't know, my voice always crack and act crazy every time I start recording the video, so sorry about that. Anyway, guys, I just want to assure you, for those people who are not sure about the things that they are required to accomplish in life in order to be fulfilled, I'm going to tell you the things that are required in life to be fulfilled. You ready? Not a damn thing. You're not required to do anything in life in order to be fulfilled. The satisfaction and a purposeful life, the feeling of satisfaction, to be fulfilled, all that is an individual experience. You're not required to do anything, guys. You can be a monk and stay in a room with nothing but rice and some sardines, and that could be your life. Just to meditate, walk on the beach, live in an empty house, nothing in there, an empty apartment, an empty tent. Like, you're not required to do anything in order to be fulfilled. Because no one's documenting your experience. No one's tracking you. No one really cares. That's the point I'm trying. So you have no reason to put yourself in the race of fulfillment. You have no reason to put yourself in the Olympics of life. You have no reason to put yourself on the battlefield of success. You're not required to do anything specific to feel fulfilled. You're going to die like everybody else. Some people die with a headstone, some people don't. Do you know how many geniuses, how many brilliant people have died unceremoniously? Do you know how many POWs? How many MIAs, how many men are missing in combat died, never came home? How many heroes have died unceremoniously? Do you know how many mothers have sacrificed their life, have died and never received their flowers, never experienced a Mother's Day? They are undocumented. They are unsung heroes. They didn't get any applause, didn't win any awards. Those mothers didn't get anything for the sacrifices that they made. Those fathers and brothers that went off to war and never came home. They didn't receive anything, guys. So all of these conditions and attachments and programs and loyalty rewards and all of these accolades and the benefits and the vacations and homes and cars and all of the relationships that you're required to maintain, all the friendships that you're required to maintain, all of the hard work, the social status, the children, the house, the sports team, all of this stuff that you're required to maintain for validation so you can feel fulfilled, so you can feel successful. At the end of the day, no one cares. In 1 or 2 generations, your name will never be spoken of again. The majority of the people. Some people who impacted society in a memorable way, their names will be remembered. Their image, their pictures, their impact will be remembered. Those are the ones that the universe chose to give men an example on how to live their lives in a passionate way, in a successful way. Martin Luther King didn't have all the houses and the cars and the money and the clothes and all this stuff. Was he unfaithful? It's possible. But was he unfaithful to the humanity of men? No. He was faithful to the movement. He was faithful to freeing Americans, humans, from the grips of hatred. He was faithful to that movement. He was faithful to life. And he didn't have 80 years to do it. He made the majority of his accomplishments in about 15 years, guys. He didn't live to be 75 years old. He didn't have a long time. Oh, I got time. I got time to march, or I have time to write this speech, or I have time to pursue freedom. He didn't think like that. Everything was urgent. So he didn't have time to accumulate all this wealth and all this money. And he had time to pamper a whole bunch of superficial relationships. Every person that was in a relationship with Martin Luther King was there for a reason. I'm just using him as an example of a person who was not pursuing wealth. He was pursuing freedom for everyone. So guys, all of this stuff is not required for you to feel fulfilled. The fulfillment and the joy and the peace is within you. It's inside of your body, inside of your mind. Like I said before, you can have a tent, a cabin, a van. It can be you, your van, your puppy, nature, and love. And you can feel totally fulfilled and content. But this type of society, this brutal, slave-driven, capitalist society, don't want you to have that kind of peace. They need for you to be participating in all the events and holidays and traditions and all of the goals and all of the standards that they have set for you. Guys, our grandparents grew up with nothing. My grandmother is still alive after almost 100 years of a simple, basic life. She has outlived a lot of people who have had way more than she had. She's still here. She can still think and she can still speak. Without an education. She raised 6 children, no education. She knew how to survive without all of the extras, without all the luxuries, without all the conveniences of life. She didn't have a microwave. She didn't have a television. She didn't have indoor plumbing. She didn't have running water until later in life. Grew up in hatred and racism in the South. How she survived, only the universe knows. Only God knows. He saved her. Lord, God, whoever, it's a miracle that she's still alive. Surrounded by evil and hatred, and she survived because of the love that she had for the universe, the respect, the honor, and the dignity. She survived. And the universe saved her so she can be a testament, an example for all of us to live our lives. See, being a great person, being good, being a mother, a grandmother, a great grandmother, it's a thankless job, guys. No one cares about you. If you're not famous and rich and all this stuff, no one cares about you guys. But she outlived Steve Jobs. He died at 50. He died at 56. He was worth $10 billion. He's dead. She's almost 100 years old, guys. Still here. Her heart has been beating. My grandmother's heart has been beating. Every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year, every decade, for almost a century, non-stop. Have you ever heard the phrase, I've been going persistently, I've never missed a beat? That's what it means. Her heart has never missed a beat. Going strong, 100 years. But here we are today with all the conveniences and luxury of life, and we just as weak as can be. My grandmother survived heat waves, working in the cotton fields, dehydrated, famine, hungry, thirsty, lacked education, had her own garden, survived wars, smoked cigarettes for 30 years, still here. Still here. See? She didn't pollute her mind and contaminate her body with a whole bunch of garbage. She didn't have all the tools and gadgets of survival today. Prepping this and surviving all the guns and all the weapons and all the armor and gear and all the technology. She didn't have any of those things. Straight warrior from the soul. See, guys, so don't burden yourself with all this stuff. She worked, she had a house. How she got it, I can't even tell you, to be honest with you. I think her husband bought it and left it for her when he passed away. I don't know all the details, guys, but I know she had a super basic home. Without all the butt lifts and the face lifts and all that stuff. The Botox and injections and all that stuff. No treadmills, none of that stuff. She had naturally strong. Exercise every day by working. She didn't have a motivational speaker, guys. Nobody inspired her but the universe. God was her motivation. Life was her motivation. The sun was her inspiration. The birds was her aspirations. Hearing the birds sing, seeing the wildlife, respecting and loving life. She couldn't sign on to YouTube and get motivated every day with a bunch of editing orgies. No, we need all this editing and all this extra stuff just to get motivated. We need to hear 100 motivational speakers every day just to live life. She didn't have a Starbucks coffee, Dunkin' Donuts, Krispy Kreme coffee, Quick Trip coffee, Racetrack coffee. There was no Uber to come pick her up. She had to walk. She had to walk everywhere. Didn't have a car. Couldn't drive. No driver's license. She had to walk everywhere. Do you understand the struggles of the people that built this country? Black, white, men, women, Mexicans, Chinese, they were all here. They built this country, guys. Without all the luxuries of life. So all I'm saying is, guys, all this stuff that you're putting on yourself is not necessary. Find you a simple job. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's respectful. But your simple job have to match your simple life. All the vacations, spending extra money on vacation and hotels, all the cars and the fashion and all the finance, trying to get a perfect credit score for all this. For what? You're going to die. You're going to die with a 900 credit score, okay? You can't pass it on to your children unless you taught them how to finance their lives and be responsible with the finances that you left them. But if you didn't give your children any knowledge, any financial literacy, they're going to blow that money so fast. And you would have done all that work for nothing, because they're not going to have enough money and save enough money to pass on to the grandchildren. All that money will be gone in one generation. And the grandkids going to have to start over because you didn't give your children the financial literacy they needed to grow the wealth. Not that it's that important. I'm just saying, if you have it, you might as well grow it. If you have the knowledge, you might as well share it. That's all I'm saying, guys. But all of this social status and all these relationships that you got to maintain and build up for a whole bunch of a lot of fake people, to be honest with you, because people are getting fake and fake about a day. You don't know what box people coming out of. You don't know if they come out of a cereal box or a shoe box. Just people are just psychotic. You really don't know what you're getting these days, because people are so fake, so counterfeit, so two-faced. You have no idea what you're getting. But the burden of life is real, guys, but it's not required. Less is more. You don't have to carry the world on your back. You don't have to do it all. Everything is not everybody. You have some great mothers out there that love children, that they have the perfect temperament and the perfect spirit for raising children. Did I? Not really. I wasn't the greatest father. I learned as I went along. The mother of my children was awesome, a great person, had the temperament, had the knowledge to raise great children. She did it. 70% her, 30% me. Some people are great at relationships. All I'm saying, guys, is you don't have to do it all. Some people are great at children. Some people are great at relationships. Some people are great at financing. Some people are great at fashion. Some people are great at, buying cars, maintaining cars, old school cars, fixing them. Some people, everybody have different gifts. You don't have to do it all, guys, to feel fulfilled, to be validated. All of these are virtue signaling. You don't need to be virtuous in all categories and all aspects of life. No one has to validate you. Let the universe validate you. And you validate yourself, guys. You and your best friend. You and your pet. You and your cat. You and your plants and your birds. They will validate you. I met one lady recently. She had a yard full of hummingbirds. Those birds validated her. They found where she lived, and she had nectar outside for them, and they found her. And this woman got 100 damn hummingbirds all over the place. I had never seen that like it. It's like a hummingbird farm. She wake up every morning to that small, simple house with plants and hummingbirds. Totally beautiful, totally incredible. But you would never know that she was fighting cancer because she gave me the biggest smile. Made my day. Beautiful woman. You would never know that she was fighting cancer. See, guys, so you have to be grateful. You have to thank the universe. You have to show gratitude and understand that you're not going through anything. So be grateful for what you have, for the opportunities that you have, and teach your children how to be grateful too. And let them know that they don't have to do it all. Everybody don't want to go to college. Everybody don't have to go to college. But one thing that you must have in order to feel fulfilled and be satisfied and content in this life, you must have enough. That's the one thing you must have. You must say, I got enough. Stop trying to reach and grab every freaking star out the sky. It's innumerable. There are billions of stars. Stop trying to grab every star. You only need one. Did you know that the sun is nothing but a star in our galaxy? It looks yellow, but it's actually white from another planet. It's all about perspective, guys. The sun is just a star. If you was on Mars and you look back at our sun, you would see it's just a star. It's just the color spectrum in our eyes that make it look yellow, but it's white. Okay, guys? You don't have to get every grain of sand on the sea. Guys, they're innumerable, which means you can't count them. They can't be counted. The stars. Okay, guys? So until next time, guys, remember, you don't have to do it all. You're not required. There's no checklist for the universe and say you're not fulfilled until you complete this checklist. For life. So, Nana, you no, that's not how it works. Because if that was the case, like 90% of our grandparents were failures. And you would not say that about your grandparents. Because almost everybody been divorced. Almost everybody has had failed relationships with their siblings, with their cousins, relatives, work, whatever. Everybody have had health issues. Everybody have had problems with their children. No one raised perfect children. No one was perfect parents. See? So you've had issues and problems somewhere in your life. You're not going to do it all, guys. It's not required. Like the people that built this country, they did not go to college. So why would you think that's required right now to feel fulfilled? That's the matrix. That's the system that's programming you to think less of yourself unless you check all these boxes. And all these boxes requires time and money and pain and suffering. And that's what the matrix wants from you, to be perpetually in pain and working and suffering. Don't want you to be happy. Don't want you to be at peace. The system wants you pursuing everything until you die for nothing. You're not taking these memories with you into another dimension. When you die, those memories die. It's over. Everything goes back in the box. Okay, guys? Until next time, guys, keep your life clean, keep your mind clean, keep your car clean, keep your body clean, keep your diet clean, guys. Drink plenty of spring water to flush out the toxins, the chemicals, and the poison that's in the food supply. Guys, you're already being poisoned. You're being micro-poisoned every day. And since you're operating in your unconscious state, you're also poisoning your children and your pets. Guys, remember to download and deploy your anti-mind virus software, debug and unplug from the matrix so you can be your best self. Guys, do not operate in your lower self. Resurrect your consciousness so you can operate in your higher self. Because that's where life lives. Until next time, guys, I'm Contraband 777, and I'm signing off. Peace.